Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. I'm checking to make sure everything is working. Alvarado, Shirenzi, Star Cradle, Angie Schaefer, Lucy DeLisi. I hope everyone is well. Ron Unconditional Love Taro, Elizabeth Martinez, Ken Billingsley. Okay, thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmeru.com, or please feel free to call me on my YouTube number or text me. It's okay. Having said that, I posted something yesterday. You know, the reason why I did something yesterday I usually don't do, because you guys know that I give names, descriptions. I do it all the time on my Monday and Friday evening sessions. But I was somewhat frustrated yesterday because my views are going down. And then I feel I'm doing good work, which is like I'm trying to figure out if YouTube is back to its old games, what they can do, even if they don't demonetize a video you release. People simply don't see it. They can do it. There is a gentleman, well, it's similar to when they turn that dollar sign. If you don't get commercials, okay, they turn the dollar sign to yellow and then they limit views. Basically, that's the same thing they do. You may think your video is fine, but I think it's because I criticize Trump that may be the problem. And I'm wondering if it's the same thing I'm going through, but that's why I posted that stuff, because I was so frustrated with Trump. At any event, I mean, not only with Trump, but with YouTube, the way they go underhandedly, it feels like to me, and they do things. Yes, they do. In any event, that's why I reminded everyone, because I know I mentioned it at least once, what I felt. I predicted the name of the Pope at least once, but somebody reminded me when I said it. The person is correct. I did a scan of my videos from last 2 weeks. I have a machine here specifically for that. It's the first time I believe I said it was the 21st of April. And I was answering somebody's question. But the reason why I'm bringing that up again this morning is because a lot of you were concerned about how Pope Leo is going to comport himself as far as carrying forward Pope Francis's policies and ideas on how to run the church. I feel, obviously, I'm sure you see the way he started, and also according to experts, I'm not good at that stuff. The way he calls himself, Leo, was a reformer or something to that effect. And Pope Leo, to me, views Pope Francis as a reformer. Okay, and Pope Francis is very happy about the promotion of Leo. So, and he feels very good about it. Not that the way he's showing it is like it's over for him here, and he's happy in his new place. But Pope Leo will carry forward and making the church more open. And I was listening to somebody, was that this morning or yesterday, when they were introducing the Pope to everyone, there were no women there. And it feels like, to me, Pope Leo, that's going to be one of his changes. I don't know how exactly he's going to introduce it, but he's going to continue the things that Pope Francis started. He's going to continue those policies, reaching out to the poor, the less fortunate, all those things. And it feels like to me he's a good person. From what I understand, he's a person of color. It's all over the thing. He's a Creole. That's what they're saying. Although he was born in Chicago, it seems like he was born of immigrant parents in New Orleans. But it feels like to me he understands, I guess because of that background and his family. That's what I'm getting. So he understands the plight of the poor, although he wasn't, poor himself. Thank God, who wants to be born poor or born in poverty? Because the reason why I'm putting it this way is because I heard a young, I don't know how old he is, probably in his 30s. He was talking about his experience as a child and some of the stuff he used to do because his mom and dad, I'm not quite sure what the situation is or was at the time. They were not taking care of him. He was in the streets, basically. That's where he grew up, in the streets. So, and this is not something you want to wish on anyone, but that was, I guess, his choice before he came back to Earth. In any event, so the Pope will continue the policies of reaching out to the less fortunate and the poor, and be open and not excluding certain people, LGBTQ people or gays and stuff, because that's what they're doing. And like Eggshed is doing in the military. I don't know how many of you heard about that. I mean, this is so insulting. Leave people alone. Don't bother them, Just be happy. You don't have, because it's a challenge these people have to be having to live with something like that, because most of society shun them and don't treat them well. But intuitively, when I focus on the Pope, I don't feel he's going to do that. I don't feel he's going to do like Eggshed is doing, excluding people from the church, or he's going to continue the way Pope Francis used to, the same policies of inclusion, reach out to everyone. That's what I am getting. So oh my God, okay, I don't want to stay too long because I have to be careful about time. In any event, since some of you were concerned, I wouldn't be concerned about him. Nobody's perfect. He's a human being after all. I'm sure he's going to deviate in some ways from Pope Francis, but I don't feel it's going to be any ways that's going to make people unhappy. So, intuitively, that's what I feel about our new Pope. And I don't know, I'm sure you guys have heard, I'm moving on to the next topic. China and us are meeting tomorrow somewhere in Europe, if I'm not mistaken. And Trump, like I said, I believe it was yesterday I said that he's desperate to show something. And I said that, and after that, all yesterday afternoon, a lot of people were echoing what I said, that this was a nothing burger. It's just something to show that, it's a TV show. That's basically what we have in the White House. And it's becoming obvious to even the Trump base, because I don't know how many of you I'm sure on YouTube, you've seen many videos lately of people who are losing their businesses. In fact, one of them I saw this morning on Twitter. He was saying he was going to vote for Trump, and also not only that, but he wanted to own the libs. And that was last May or June, I don't remember exactly. And yesterday he posted, it seemed like he used to own a business. He lost the business. So he's complaining on Twitter now that he lost his business. These things are going to continue to happen. And that's not going to bode well for Trump and his regime. If you think, and to whatever I feel, going forward, the months that are the coming few months, Republicans have been able to get away with not holding town meetings and basically ghost their constituents. I don't feel they're going to be able to continue to do that. A lot of MAGA people are going to demand that Republicans stand up, do something about Trump. That's how bad it's going to be starting. It feels like to me, not only in Twitter, that's what I am getting, but in the news as well. And I did say around June of this year, things are going to be tough. That was, I don't remember exactly when I said it, okay? But as we know, I'm sure you guys have probably heard that Republicans in the House, they are not happy with the budget and cuts to Medicaid and all that. This is going to be nothing compared to the pressure they're going to get from their constituents demanding that something be done about Trump. Because right now, the energy is building up to what they're going to do, what kind of action. And these people, it feels like to me, just like when they wanted to vote for Trump, they wanted to on the libs. Now they're going to want to on Trump. It wasn't the lib. They thought they were owning the libs, but they were owning themselves. But this is going to get very intense in the not too distant future, in the next month or so. Okay, and I said once before that people were going to ask that Trump be impeached. I wasn't sure who was going to demand that he be impeached, but it feels like to me it's going to be mostly, they're going to demand that he gets booted out of office. That's what's coming. I did not know at that time when I said that who was going to demand it. I know some liberals are going to, it's going to get really bad. But it's going to be just like they are, as a minority, they are very vocal. This time, it's going to be mixed with anger. This is not going to be good. So, expect some challenging period coming for Trump in the next month or so. And like I said before, I feel this summer is critical for what's coming. Intuitively, I don't feel Republicans are going to be able to resist, and that's why I spoke about China first. Oh yeah, I'm going in the right order. Mike Johnson, I feel, is not going to survive this, but I believe I told you already what I felt was going to happen to China. I just want to make sure I reiterate. Trump is looking for points on the board. He's saying it this morning. Okay, he's going to lower the tariff to 80%. He's just looking for a way out. Like I said yesterday and the day before yesterday, China doesn't want to escalate either because it's not a smart thing to do. They don't want to shoot themselves in the foot. But that doesn't mean they're going to make it easy for Trump. They have their demands, and I don't feel they're going to back away from it. Trump just want to be on TV and pretend he knows everything. And I don't feel it's going to bode well for him. But this is going to be painful. When I don't want to scare anyone, when I say painful, for him mostly, because for Trump, he lied to his own, he didn't only lie to his own MAGA crowd, he's hurting them. I don't know how many of you heard that woman who used to be his spokeswoman when he was in the White House the first time. I don't remember her name right now. She asked him for, well, FEMA funds because there was some kind of weather event that happened wherever she is governor of. And he said, no, he turned it down. And it's not the only thing he's doing. Trump is doing a whole slew of other things that's affecting or going to be affecting the red states even worse than others. It's going to be very hard. That's what I'm picturing. That's why I said it's going to be very bad. Okay, I mean, it's going to be tough for us too. There are going to be some empty shelves, but China is going to. It feels like to me when I focus on Xi, they want to dog walk Trump, but they're not going to make it easy for him either because what they are thinking long term, if they make it easy for him now, he will do it again. They want to make sure Trump doesn't even think about repeating this. How that's going to work because Trump is an idiot and it seems like he suffers from forgetfulness. But the people around him will remember because they too will suffer the consequences of some of the stuff that he's doing right now. It's not obvious yet, but it's going to become obvious. When they go in front of Congress, I don't know how many of you heard the questions they're being asked. Oh my God, Noam just got raked over the coal. And Patel thought he was fighting back. He's looking very bad and incompetent, among others. But I feel China is going to look for a way to restart, to stop the war, the tariff war, and get back in business. But they're going to dog walk Trump, that's for sure. They are doing it already. It's going to be worse. And to really, that's what I feel. They are open to looking for a way forward. But Mike Johnson, I feel, because you see, the perception, intuitively, I feel, people in the Trump base, the MAGAs, what they thought, what they interpreted as Mike Johnson being on their side and helping Trump carrying forward their policies, now they're beginning to believe people like myself when I call him the doorman of Mar-a-Lago. He shines Trump's boots. They are not seeing him in a positive light anymore. And people in Congress, I mean, as we know, and wherever you have more than two people, it can be a problem. Jealousy, all kinds of stuff. And the way he treats them, and that guy lies. There was a senator who called him a liar not too long ago. He uses Trump. Trump is using him, but he's using Trump as well. But he's using Trump against his members. And they know that. They are resenting it. And the way sometimes he tries to, what he does, the way he goes about getting their votes, they have resented that as well. So, intuitively, I feel Mike Johnson, I would be surprised if he lasts another 6 months to a year, because like I predicted before, and it's been announced and it's been in the news, the Republican members in the House are divided. But intuitively, I think somebody even agreed with me. Somebody wrote it. They were divided in three factions. And that's why I said that one of those factions would join with Democrats and go after Trump. But still, I'm unsure of how things are going to unfold. But because of the pressure that's coming from their constituent, the MAGA, they're going to be very vocal. This is not going to bode well for Mike. And intuitively, I feel something is going to have to be done about removing Trump from office. That's what I feel is coming. Because every time I look at videos from people who own businesses or people who regretted having buyer's remorse, it's bad. I don't have a good feeling that they're going to give Trump and his regime a chance. That's the way I am getting it. So expect the atmosphere when it comes to politics to be unsettling. It's not going to be fun, but we will get through it. That's my prediction. And the next thing is can they impeach the speaker? Does anybody know? I'm sure you guys know better. I'm sure you guys know better than I do. Can they impeach the speaker? Does anybody know? Because as I'm talking about Mike Johnson, I'm hearing impeach. James Senq said no. Okay, thank you, James. Sabrina Marshall says, yeah, oh yes. Leo says yes. I'm confused now. Okay, well, as I was about to move from the Mike Johnson thing to Gates and Elon, I'm hearing impeached. I know that they can vote him out. That's Ollie Lowell. Okay. Okay, I don't know. Oh, Artie said yes. Okay. There is something like that. Maybe he will do something to avoid it. But let's see what happens. This will be interesting. Oh, Pamela Bloom says, no, the speaker is removed. I'm confused, but let me tell you something. I don't know what's coming. It may be someone else that gets impeached besides Trump, but there's something about impeachment here. Okay, let's see what happens, but this is interesting. Now, Mike Johnson possible impeach. Don't, Leslie Crawley says, Mike Johnson possible impeach. Don't tease me, laughing out loud. Yeah, something is not going to be, Mike Johnson is not going to have fun. I think things are going to get very dicey. I did mention he was going to have issues a while back, but now it's becoming more, or at least clearer, okay, to me that once Trump, Joyce Matthews said that's how they got rid of McCarthy. Yeah, you're right, Joyce Matthews. I wasn't thinking logically, but you're correct. They probably vote him out, yes. But there's something about another impeachment here besides Trump. Leo said Article 1, Section 2, Clause 5. Wow, I'm impressed. That's why I asked you guys. I know you know better than I do. The House of Representatives shall choose the Speaker and other officers and shall have the sole power of impeachment, Vice President and other federal officers. Oh, okay. Thank you, Leo, sorry. Okay, I learned something today. Well, I learned something every day from you guys, or you posted in my comment. Okay, the next thing I wanted to mention is there is a big to-do between, and I agree with Bill Gates, I'm all in with Bill Gates. Basically, he's calling Elon out for basically, I mean, the way Bill Gates put it, the richest man in the world is taking food away from the poorest people in the world. When I read that last night, intuitively, and also he is accelerating the end of his charity. I'm going to say charity right now because I can't think of how they call the organization that they form to help those who are less fortunate. So, but he's calling Elon out, like I said, for causing the death of millions, and I said that before. intuitively I feel Bill Gates calling out Elon out like that does not bode well for Elon. If he had a chance of rising, getting back on his feet, Bill Gates coming out and express, well, Bill Gates is basically telling the truth about Elon, that he's garbage. And Elon is sharing with everyone that Gates begged Elon to help others. He refused. I'm not surprised. If you see Elon, there's nothing positive about that piece of trash. I'm sorry. I know they're probably going to make sure not too many people see my videos now. But I hope they, put this guy away so we don't have to see him. And the other thing is, do you guys remember, I'm sure some of you have seen this because I saw it this morning, I wasn't shocked. Trump is bringing the Afrikaners from South Africa. I mean, the Afrikaners are only in South Africa. I believe the first group of white South Africans will be coming to this country the next week or the week after. Okay. This is part of the Elon and Trump movement, okay, to minimize the role of people of color in this country. That's their goal. And I don't know, I'm sure you guys have heard the librarian, she's African American, that Trump personally revoked yesterday. She's well qualified, she does her work, but he fired her anyway. I mean, as we know, I don't have to go into an intuitive to try to figure out why he did it. It's obvious to me why he did it. This guy, if he could cleanse the entire federal government of people of color, he will do it. And that's what they are trying to do. If you're white, then you can come in. If you are of any other color, and that's why Miller, you know something? I don't think life is going to be easy for those Afrikaners either. Because, yes, we have a lot of racist people in this country, but I don't feel they're going to go for more of that. They have difficulties dealing with their racism, like that woman who called a 5-year-old black kid the N-word, okay? People don't like that. Majority of Americans, I mean, don't get me wrong, the KKK movement will love to have the Afrikaners among them. But I don't feel these people are going to be that welcome. And I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to South Africa. Because once people find out who they are, well, I hope they come in with a lot of money. They won't be looking for it. They won't need to have jobs here. They will open businesses. I wouldn't frequent their businesses. I wouldn't want to have anything to do with them. Not because I'm an immigrant as well, but to actually go out and do something like that, no. But I don't feel this is a successful move. And Trump, this is not a good look. Let's put it that way. It's not because Americans or I have, well, some people hate immigrants. They're just trying to say, just like when they voted for Trump, they said it had something to do with the price of eggs. That wasn't true. The same thing, when they have to deal with their bigotry and hatred. Some of them do enjoy it. But those Afrikaners that Trump is going to bring here, I wouldn't be surprised if some of them go back to South Africa. If they don't have money, there's going to be some backlash against that. Let's see what happens. But yes, he has a flight coming in next week or the week after, while he's in the process of trying to send supposedly undocumented people, brown and black skin, to other countries. You see what he's trying to do now? He's trying to send them to Africa. But watch this, you guys. This is not going to end well. I'm not sure what's coming. But, you know, there's a video on YouTube. I didn't have a chance to watch it. And I hope the person is a former military who was talking about it, who created a video about it, and I alluded to it here, and I was surprised when I saw it this morning. I predicted it was going to happen. There is, I don't know if they are immigrants, okay, but they are brown people, and a truck full of weapons. They was caught traveling through, I believe, Arizona last week or the week before, full of weapons. Who they were for, I haven't heard anything. But the Green Beret that created the video that's on YouTube is saying some of those guys, maybe it's the drug cartel, maybe it's those people, are arming themselves on our soil. I am not surprised, because I alluded to this, I don't remember how long ago. So I remember, guys, I said a whole bunch of situations are going to come all at once toward Trump. He's not going to be able to handle it because he's incompetent. He thinks running this country is a TV show, and he's surrounding himself with people from Fox News. I'm sure you guys heard who the last person he had, Judge Janine, to replace Ed Martin. I mean, she's a former judge. She has the proper background, but she's a sycophant. She's not going to be that much different from Ed Martin. But my prediction is this is another way Trump is creating more problems for himself, bringing Afrikaners here, his tariff, his failure of being constructive or do things in a constructive manner, give those immigrants, you know, the right to go to court and defend themselves, due process. Okay. He didn't do any of those things, except he wants to hurt people. All those things are going to come back to bite. And as I'm saying this, I'm being showed, I meant to mention him earlier. I'm seeing Judge Sutter. He just passed, I don't know if it was last night, this morning, may he rest in peace. I was a fan of his. He's saying, the way he's showing it to me is that, yeah, Trump is going to live to regret this. He doesn't like what Trump is doing either. I just thought, I just saw him as I'm talking about this. And the feeling I'm getting from him is he's not the only one, as I've mentioned to you, other people on the court, besides the liberal side of the court. The conservative side of the court are not happy either, except for Thomas and Alito. They think they can, Trump would spare them. They're not reading the room. But I feel, I don't see how Trump is going to be able to navigate through this and the people around him. They're looking for a way for him to get off that hill. It's not going to work. But to go back to what I was saying, Elon, and he's not going to be able to recover, not only based on what he has done and the federal government, but Gates saying what he's saying about him is not going to be helpful. Having said that, today, as I said yesterday, today, they're coming to help me. I have to go soon. I'm looking, somebody said something. Oh my God, Whitney Morehouser says, my friend owned a small business. She's going to close it next year. Wow, sorry to hear that. The tariffs are making it hard to stay in business. Exactly. Krista McCracken says, MAGA, Mikey will go down with Trump. Yep. Okay, I'm looking for questions. Thank you, Reverend Nichols, for reminding everyone to give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Okay. I'm looking for questions. D. God says, tired of this graph, says, Milo, the speaker, cannot be impeached. He can be removed. Thank you. Okay, I didn't know. Let's see. Trini Patty 61 says, Milo won the election in Trinidad. I don't know who that was. Trini passed. Yes, I don't. Hang on. I don't remember who. I remember. I don't remember what I said. I'm confusing Trinidad and someplace else. And I lost what your comment. Oh boy. I lost the comment anyway. Because sometimes this thing just scrolls up. UNC one. I don't remember what I said, so I'll have to look for it. All right, friends. I think this is it. I have to leave a little early. I'm looking for questions. Afrikaners. This thing keeps scrolling up on me. Raven Nukol is asking me, what do you see for the June 6th protest rally? Will it be like the Vietnam one? I wish I would agree and say yes. We are heading there, okay? Because as I have said before, Trump and the White House are very concerned about how fast and steady and consistent the protests are. I don't feel it's going to be like the Vietnam protests, but it's coming. Okay, but yes, it's going to be successful. Don't get me wrong. There's going to be a lot of people. When you said that, I'm thinking of people going to Washington, D.C. and, large numbers. That's going to happen. But when did you say June? If you say June 14th, it's possible. I'm sorry, I'm losing track of time. And June, yes, it's possible. Okay. I was thinking of, there's a protest that's going to either happen either this weekend or next weekend. Okay, but if it's in June, I'm sorry, I'm confusing much. If it's in June, yes, it's possible. Okay, but Trump shot himself in the foot. Let's see. Oh my God. $33 for olive oil. Sonia Z said many things are more money now than before. $33 olive oil at Kroger. Oh Lord. Yeah, because I used to buy some bottle for $15, so I'm not surprised. Let's see. Okay, friends. Thank you very much, everyone, for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. Unfortunately, I have to go. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmailer.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. We can negotiate a time that's good for both of us to talk. If you like the channel, please subscribe. And also don't forget to tap on the notification bell. Please give me a thumbs up. For some reason, my views are going down, and it's kind of upsetting. I'm going to create another little video because I think I found the first instance, the first time I mentioned that the next Pope's name was going to start with the letter L. It was on the April 21st. And artist, I think, asked the question. So I'm going to create a video tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday. So I would post another video with that, with a little introduction about what I know about the Pope, what I'm feeling about it, if there is more to add from what I said today. But I will release another short video, not something long. Thank you, everyone. I will see you tomorrow on the other channel, those of you who can make it. Members, I'll see you tomorrow. Otherwise, for the rest, I will see you on Monday. Enjoy your weekend if I don't see you tomorrow. Till then, till Monday. Bye.